Hey guys, welcome back to KXP. I'm Eli.
And I'm Ella Grace.
We're so excited to have you back, continuing our series. Do you guys remember what it's called?
The Tree of Promise, that's right. And just like how our tree is producing fruits, throughout the months that we've been learning about the Tree of Promise, we've been producing fruits of the Spirit.
Like faithfulness,
Patience,
love,
and kindness. Well, speaking of fruits of the Spirit and what the Bible tells us, we have a Bible verse that we've been learning all of the month of November. How many of you guys know it? Well, our good friend knows it, so let's hear what they say.
He remembered us when we were in trouble. His love continues forever. Psalm 136:23.
Our friend did such an amazing job reading us the memory verse.
So let's throw the memory verse up on the screen and read it together. He remembered us when we were in trouble. His love continues forever. Psalms 136:23. Great job, Ella Grace. You're really getting the hang of this verse.
So are you, Eli. You're getting better and better each week. Now, we've learned about our Bible verse for this month, but we also have a big idea. Let's hear what our friend says.
God's promise, He will always remember you.
Wow, I just love that big idea. It's so comforting to know that even when I'm in trouble, God still remembers me.
And God remembered Joseph, even at his lowest point. Last week, we talked about how Joseph was locked in prison, but this week, we'll learn about how God lifted him up into a position of power.
And through this position, Joseph was able to help people all over the country because he used the gift that God gave him and interpreted the dreams of the king.
Now it's time for our Bible story. But before we get to it, nudge the person next to you, give them a high five, lean in and say, let's listen, and let's throw it over for our Bible story.
Hey y'all, welcome back to KXP. I'm Wyatt and I'm so excited to be with you today. Are you ready for our true story from the Bible? We've been on a journey with Joseph this month. Let's do a little recap to help us remember where Joseph started. In week 1, we learned that Joseph was Jacob's favorite son, and Joseph had some interesting dreams that God gave him. Joseph's 11 brothers were jealous and plotted to kill him. They decided to throw him into a pit instead, and later sold him to travelers as a slave. Next, in week 2, Joseph found favor with his owner, Potiphar, until Potiphar had Joseph thrown in prison for something he didn't even do. In week 3, we learned that Joseph found favor with the warden of the prison, and Joseph was given authority. Joseph used his gift of interpreting dreams while in prison, and it led him to the palace of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. In all of these trials, God always remembered Joseph. Joseph found favor with many people because God was with him. I hope you've been discussing this big idea with your family and friends. God promises that He will always remember you in the good times and the hard times too. When we left our story last week, Joseph had been made the second most powerful person in all of Egypt, right behind Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Just as Joseph predicted, 7 years of plenty came. Joseph put his plan into action. He helped store huge amounts of food during the good years. In Genesis chapter 41, verses 47 through 49, it says, "During the 7 good years, the crops in the land grew well, and Joseph gathered all the food produced in Egypt during those 7 years of good crops. He stored the food in the cities. In every city, he stored grain that had been grown in the fields around that city. Joseph stored up so much of that grain, as much as sand on a seashore. He stored so much grain that he could not even measure it. After the 7 years of plenty came to an end, the 7 years of famine began. A famine is the time where there is not enough food to feed all the people that need to eat. Genesis 42:6 tells us, now Joseph was governor over Egypt. He was the one who sold the grain to the people and who came to buy it. People from many lands came to Egypt to buy food, including Joseph's brothers from Canaan. 10 of Joseph's brothers traveled to Egypt to buy food because their families had run out of supplies. They didn't recognize Joseph and they bowed to him because of his high position. The brothers bowed to him just like he had dreamed of many years earlier. Joseph knew who they were, but didn't tell them who he was at first. Instead, he tested them to see if they had changed. Joseph accused his brothers of being spies. He said they must bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, next time to prove that they were honest. The brothers felt scared and guilty thinking about what they had done to Joseph long ago. They took grain home, but left one brother, Simeon, behind. Although Joseph didn't tell them who he was, he showed his brothers kindness by returning their money and giving them the grain and food for free. When the brothers told their father all that had happened, he was very upset. Genesis 42:36 says, "Their father Jacob said to them, 'You are robbing me of my children. Joseph is gone, Simeon is gone, and now you want to take Benjamin away too? Everything is against me.'" Jacob did not want Benjamin to be taken to Egypt. He did not want to lose another son. Wow, Joseph's story has taken an interesting turn. His brothers, who sold him and sent him away, came to Egypt for food and needed his help. God remembered Joseph and blessed him. Do you think Joseph helped his brothers and father? Do you think Joseph forgave them? You don't want to miss the end of this story, so make sure to come back to KXP, and why not bring a friend along with you? See you next time.